Hi, Stanley. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. I know it's been a long, long journey to come from that gruesome injury you had a couple of years ago to where you're at right now. How much is this whole process to test your patience, and do you feel right now that that you are at 100% ready to go?
Yeah, it took me like my freshman year on the tour 2 years. It was like a long. I had to be real patient because I was healed last year, but I wasn't like fully healed. But going on to like this year, I'm 100% healed. I'm trusting my knee. I'm doing a lot of things that I did when I came out here my first year here at ACU.
Jacob,
Stanley, for you specifically, what have you observed to be some of the biggest transitions that you've had to make with working with past coaches and now working with Coach Rodriguez?
Um, I mean, one of the biggest things is like the coaching. Like Coach Rod, Coach Rod he's an amazing coach. He sets all of us at a high standard. He doesn't like everyone. Everyone is equal to him. Like there's no upper guy or a lower guy for us. Will literally tell you like whoever's doing the right things is the ones who's going to play. So that's what he's been harping on us a lot. Um, as of me moving to D line, it was I think it was like the perfect fit for me. I'm more of a speed edge rusher. My main thing is speed, the speed and quickness, and that's why they put me at edge rusher. And my development from that, from when I first transitioned to defensive end, it was it. I've gained a lot of knowledge. I gained a lot of knowledge. I my hands are getting right. I'm running things more smoothly. My knees running more smoothly, and I'm now able to make plays and get sacks.
Trevor,
Hey Stanley, you were just talking about your transition and then a couple other guys too, Tyler, that's coming over to defensive end. How do you just feel about the group as a whole of what you guys have at end and how the scheme sort of fits the personnel you have there?
Our group is going to be our group is going to be amazing. I'm excited for this season because like how other defensive lines where they're always taught to rush up, like go fast, and like for us, it's all about technique. Each player has like a certain skill that fits with our defensive scheme. Like we have Tyler, he's more of like a he's more like a power. Then you have me as speed, and then you have TJ as like power and quickness. Like everyone fits in a certain scheme of that we're doing right now.
Jeff,
Can you go into a little more about this recovery process? It's been very long, grueling thing. What's just the emotional and mental part of getting to where you are right now?
Like my recovery process, I went through a lot, like with my ACL, like me wanting to play, but knowing my own body, I knew that I wasn't ready because when I was last year when I was practicing, like I still had troubles with my knee, like I didn't have full range of my knee. I was low key like limping during practices, but after I just kept rehabbing and recovering. I say I was 100% healed during our off season right after the bowl game. It took me a couple of months, but now I'm full go now. Like I'm ready.
Jacob,
Stanley, Coach Rodriguez has told us that in the past, in his NFL coaching experience, he's worked with players who he would compare to you from a pass rushing standpoint. Has he had any conversations with you about who you look like from players that he may have coached in the past? And if so, what have those conversations meant to you, whether it be motivation or kind of from a comparative standpoint? Tell me about that.
He compared me to the Daniil Hunter, how we're both like somewhat the exact same, like speed, power, and knowing I'm only 230, 235 as a defensive end. I'm more like a hybrid defensive end where like I can like rush off the edge, or if he wants me to like dropping covers, and I could do that. Um, I'm I'm the smallest defensive end out there out of everybody else. But my biggest advantage is my speed, and I personally think that I'm going to be unguardable going against tackles during the Pac-12.
Ode.
So Stanley, besides dealing with the injury and the recovery, 3 years at ASU, you're on your third defensive line coach. How much of a challenge, a layer of challenge, I'm sorry, does that add to somebody like yourself with just trying to get there on the field and needing to impress a new set of eyes each and every season?
It wasn't really a challenge. Like, I already knew what I had to do. Like coming here, like I know stuff happened. But like I honestly feel like I have the right coach to teach me. My coach, like he's more like a father to me, father figure. Like whenever I'm like down bad, I talk to him, and he's like Coach Rod is like a great coach. Like he harps on technician, and then that's all we have to like do. And like usually you can have a lot of talent, but without the technique, you're really like you're just like a waste of talent. So that's what he keeps harping on us. And Coach Rod, me and him have personal conversations. Is how I have like a lot of talent, but if I don't have the technique down, then that's just a waste of body. So he's been showing me the technique, and I'm like way better than I was like when I came here doing pass rush moves. I'm actually doing pass rush moves. I'm doing spins. I'm doing inside moves. I'm ready for the season.
Jeff.
Just like mentally, have you completely think of yourself now as a lineman versus a linebacker? And how hard has it been to be patient when you've seen what Butler and Robertson have been able to do while you've been hurt, basically?
It doesn't mean that much because I know I came here to play. I came here to win. Like everyone has their job. My job is to be a defensive man, be a pass rusher. That's what they see me as best. I'm glad that Darian Butler and Marlon Robertson they're doing their job too. Everyone has that certain job, and coach wants them to do that certain job so to their capabilities. So for me, I'm just doing my job, and so that's what they want me to do. So I'm here to play to win.
Jacob.
With some of your teammates being moved from end to inside to three technique, like Jermaine Lole, how much of an opportunity do you think that opens up for you to gain more playing time this year?
Jermaine Lole, like when we was in the like the defense that we were last year, it didn't really change that much. But we know like whoever's in, we know how each other plays. So if I know like Lole is one of those quickness guys, so I know when I have to do certain things, I have to see the personnel of the group. And it's like the three, Jermaine Lole, he's in the right spot, and we just all be doing our jobs. It's like we just ready for the season.
Oh.
You probably heard the talk even going back to last year that pass rush from the defensive end, or really from the defensive line, I should say, was an issue last year. I mean, is that something that the coaches this year are really talking a lot about? The defensive end position really need to step up their game in terms of the pass rush and really elevate that aspect of the defense?
Yeah, I think so, because like our past 2 years, we haven't had like a really good D line yet. But honestly, I think this year, like with Coach Rod coming in as our coach, and he's teaching things is like in the upper level, like the NFL, and things that we did in high school wasn't really like things we did in high school wasn't really taught how you're supposed to do in college or in the NFL. So Coach Rod be telling us like the right thing. Like the things that we thought it was right when we used to do in high school is way different than what it was when we used to do in the NFL.
All right, thank you for the time, Stanley. That's it for today. So thank you, everyone, for joining us.